In the pool, and it's the 4x100 meters. Mark, what's going on?
You're absolutely right, Paul. It's the 4x100 meters freestyle relay for the men, and the good news is that there are 7 nations competing in this after the debacle and farce of the women's 400 meters 4x200 meters freestyle relay last night. The Indonesians are hoping to end the Singapore dominance. 5 SEA Games in a row that Singapore have won it in. Since the SEA Games, only Singapore and Indonesia have won this event. Those are the only 2 nations that have won this.
SEA Games record is 3 minutes 23.22 seconds, set in December 12, 2009 by the
3 minutes 23.22 seconds, record set at the last games by the team of Joshua Lim, Clement Lim, Russell Ong and Jeff Wu. And 2 of those swimmers are in it, Clement and Russell.
In lane 1,
Malaysian swimmers being red.
Swimmer order, Fu
Jianbeng will
Fernand Lee,
Lim
Huang Lin.
Lim Ching Huang will go 4th. Kenneth Lee is in 3rd. Cambodia will go next. Good to see the Cambodians involved in this. Hemthon Donliao, Yuri Maximov is there as well. Odam Lim. And the newbie amongst the group of guys who didn't take part in the last SEA Games, Gothia Wasmuth. Yes, Penlu, Maximov. There we go. Gothia is the 13-year-old who's new to this. Then the Philippines come. They were 2nd at the last 2 SEA Games, and in fact they were 2nd behind Singapore at the last Games, pushing them all the way. Jesse King Lacuna will go 1st. He's already a silver medal winner. Kendrick Uy, who is a little bit disappointed.
With swimmer order,
Charles Walker is the 1st swimmer. Lacuna, the 2nd swimmer. Dill Anderson Lee, who swam earlier on in the 50 meters freestyle. And Kendrick, who surprisingly didn't qualify for the final of that, is in swimmer number 4. Here it is, the Singapore quartet. Stronger than the last one, I can tell you. Russell Ong and Aaron Kwek have already swum earlier in the 50 meters freestyle, with Aaron and Russell winning gold and bronze respectively. Russell will go as the 2nd swimmer, Aaron the 3rd, Danny Yeo, the national record holder, is the 4th, and Clement Lim will start things off for the Singaporeans. He was involved in the record-breaking squad at the last Games too. Here's the Indonesian team, hoping to upset the odds. Triadi Fauzi goes 1st.
Brian Howard and Guntur Pratama Putra.
Guntur Pratama Putra, it's a late inclusion into the side ahead of Omar Suryatmaja. Laos introduced next, and the last time the Indonesians won it was in the 1990s. Laos with Solasen, Tapon, Sovana and Intavong in that order, and then the Thais come. The last time they won a medal in this event was in 07. That was bronze. In fact, they won 2 bronzes in a row in 05 and 07, but never winning the gold medal. And they've got a very young team. Intranon, Saretiewong, Mantakapong and Chongrathin is the 4th swimmer. Well, the Singaporeans and the Indonesians, remember, are the only teams to have won the gold medal in the 4x100 meters freestyle in the history of the SEA Games. In fact, they've taken turns to dominate this event as the decades have gone by. Since the turn of the century, Singapore have won every 4x100 meters freestyle events at the SEA Games. Before that, in the 1990s, the Indonesians won every 4x100 meters freestyle event. Then in the 1980s, it was the Singaporeans who've done it. And in the 1970s, it was the Indonesians who dominated. Now, at the turn of the decade, can the Indonesians claim that back and continue that trend from the Singaporeans, who are hot favorites? Is a much better team, as I said, than the 2009 one, which had Joshua Lim, Clement Lim, Russell Ong and Jeffrey Su. This time we're talking about a team which has the only swimmer local scene to go below 51 seconds. Danny Yeo, who's already a gold medalist in the 200 meters freestyle. Russell Ong, a bronze medalist in the 50 meters freestyle. And Aaron Kwek, a gold medalist in the 50 meters freestyle. They should clinch the goal, and in record time. They should. It's Clement Lim who'll go first, and it's a very good start as well by Triadi Fauzi of Indonesia. In lane number 5, the Thais have got off to a flyer too with Incranont. It'll most likely be Philippines, Singapore and Indonesia who'll fight out for the medal placings. Good swim this is from Charles Walker, who is involved in the 100 meters freestyle. And he will turn in second place. Clement Lim, well rested, getting off to a very good start. In fact, the Malaysian swimmer Fu Tien Beng is also in the mix as well, the first leg swimmer from the Malaysians, and he'll turn it over to Tern Tien Han. But Singapore's Clement Lim has gotten them off to a very good start, and it only gets better because the 3 swimmers after Clement are faster than him. So this is the perfect start for Team Singapore as he hands it over to Russell Ong, one of the remaining members from the last games. In fact, both Clement and Russell are the only remaining swimmers from the last games, and they go in legs 1 and 2. Russell is in the pool just ahead of the Indonesians, who've got Alexis Omar inside, and the Filipinos are in 3rd place at the moment. They have got Jessie Lacuna, who's already a silver medalist at these games. Good turn that is as well from Russell Ong. Disappointed that he clinched the bronze for the 3rd games in a row in the 50 meters freestyle for the first event of the night. What you can't do event, you make up for it with your last, as he builds Singapore's lead in the 4x100 meters freestyle relay. It's now a body length and a half from the nearest challengers, Indonesia. He'll hand it over to the 50 meters freestyle gold medalist, Aaron Kwek, who goes right in. Side by side, Philippines and Indonesia in 2nd spot at the moment. Bill Anderson Lee plunges in for the Philippines, and the Indonesians have got Brian Howard Ho. But it'll be hard to catch Aaron Kwek, and after Aaron, it'll only be Danny Yeo, who is the national record holder and the 200 meters freestyle champion at these SEA Games, and perhaps the hot favorite to win the 100 freestyle as well. Indonesia slightly ahead of the Philippines in 2nd place, 2.5 lengths the body lead now, and it is given by Aaron Kwek. We apologize that we don't have the timing and scoring on screen. Technical difficulties, host broadcaster, but hopefully they'll flash it up on the scoreboard in the stadium right after that, because I'd really like to see them go below the SEA Games record of 3:23.22. That also is the national record. And I'm very sure that this team can make it. Here he comes, Danny Yeo, gold medalist last night in the first event, in the last event of day 3 of competition. He is the leg of the 4x100 meters freestyle relay. And Danny Yeo, the national record holder in his freestyle, it's a romp home for him. The Indonesians have got Guntur Pratama as their last leg swimmer. They're in 2nd place, followed by the Filipinos. Medal position reversal in that aspect, but no medal vacancy at the top. They can't take the reign away from Singapore. Singapore win another gold medal in the 4x100 meters freestyle relay. They're 6th in a row at the SEA Games. And as I said earlier on, we're waiting for the Thais to come home, the Laotians to come home, and then we'll have a look at the scoreboard, because I'd like to see the time. I am very sure it'll be a new games record. For team, absolutely delighted. What a night it has been for them. That repeats their first day performance. That is 4 gold medals on day 3 of competition for Team Singapore. Huge round of applause for the Laotians and the Cambodians who are coming home. The Laotians with Intavong the final leg swimmer touching home finally in lane number 6. And the Cambodians had just touched home in lane number 2 ahead of them. And now the confirmation on the scoreboard, barring any disqualifications, Singapore have won the 4x100 meters freestyle relay yet again. And so far, with the men and women, every night has turned out to be a Singapore victory, because every night ends with a relay. And we're still awaiting the scoreboard to be flashed in front of our eyes. They know themselves at the stadium already, but we need to know right here if it is a new SEA Games record. Haven't been any records, haven't seen any records falling on day 3 of competition. We've only seen 4 so far at these SEA Games, and hopefully this will be the 5th. Clement Lim, Russell Ong, Aaron Kwek and Danny Yeo. A foursome with the power, ability, and there's more to come. It looks good in the freestyle for Singapore at these SEA Games, doesn't it? With Danny winning in the 200, Aaron winning in the 50, and if we win the 100 freestyle, which Danny is favored to do so, it'll be the first time in a long, long while that Singapore have won the 50, 100 and 200 meters freestyles together. Still awaiting the scoreboard. 3:23:25, 35. Oh, that's just 0.13 seconds off the SEA Games record. Unfortunate. What is a stronger team? But then again, remember, of course, the last team did it with those buoyancy from the swimsuits. So unfortunate. It's just 0.13 second off the SEA Games record, and maybe if they were pushed a little bit more, that would have fallen. So no SEA Games record on day 3 of competition, but Singapore have repeated their 4-goal feat from day 1 of competition in swimming, with gold medals coming from Aaron Kwek in the 50 meters freestyle, goal for Shana Lim in the 50 meters backstroke, goal for Tao Lee, her 15th SEA Games goal. That came, the 16th, I should say, 16th SEA Games goal. That came in the 200 meters butterfly. That race preceded this, the 4x100 meters freestyle, which was also won by Singapore, their 6th consecutive gold medal in this event at the SEA Games. So it's been a very good night in day 3 of competition for Singapore here at swimming. Let's have a look at what's happening in the track and field scene not too far away from here. Paul Masefield is over there.
Thanks again, Mark.
200 meters
really exciting stuff there in the pool from Singapore, as we have the 200 meters women's final coming up. There's Rostina from Indonesia, the 24-year-old. Trisit Yo in lane 2. Pasapon is Vu Thi Huong, the girl to beat. Nidanuk Klomdi is in lane 5. Lee Gok Kwong, the pin-up girl of Vietnamese running at the moment. Here's Win Kei Kiang from Myanmar, and Sarah Narul just finishing off the field in